Welcome to a new exciting installment. We are building an LGB garden railway. Today we want to build turnouts. For this, we have from our supplementary set with the buffer stop and a turnout. Exactly that's what we have here. Have we already taken this particular turnout here? And has it only been manually switched by hand until now, without exception? We want to switch them electrically in today's episode. I'll show you the manual transmission.
Yes.
And so, in order for us to be able to switch it electrically in the future, we indeed need a control panel. I have already meticulously set this up here, right on the side. Exactly. Then, we absolutely need a turnout drive mechanism.
That's what it actually looks like when you just unpackage it.
And indeed, a model railway cable.
I've already sized a few.
Yes.
To speed up, we've prepped all, like a cooking show with the swan roast. Prepared this, here's 4 hours cooking. Everything ready. Correct. Do we want to split up like this? You screw an eye wire or vice versa? Yes, gladly. Great, we can start with that. I've had them here before.
This is our turnout. Here we then just need the point machine. We'll actually safeguard it to the rail. And it has a little catch here indeed. That can also be pushed back and forth quite easily. We carefully put this in the turnout here and then push. I'll demonstrate it once more. These two components into the tracks. Or rather not into the tracks, but into the intended sleepers? Exactly, it's in there. Can you see? Great, now just secure it here with 2 screws. For that task, we would need a Phillips screwdriver. Once positioned here on the side, so that everything is secured nice and tight. Here again. And then we can already use our control panel. Exactly. Now we don't have a manual switch anymore.
Now we would have to do it on the site, if necessary, by manually switching here. And what you can still see, we could have done this now either on the right side or on the left. Looks the same here. There is also a small hole on the side here again. It depends a bit on how much space one has or whether one puts a signal here, for example, or how the system is built. You can do that on the left or on the right. So the second thing we need is this control panel here on the side, and that is the LGB control panel, which you can actually leave outside. This is weatherproof. This has 2 flaps here. One of these here, where you can cover these switches, for example, when it rains or snows. And on the back, we also have a flap again. Now there are the connections for various different signals or different turnouts, designed for versatility. So we can switch several turnouts and signals here. Pretty actually exactly 1, 2, 3, 4 we can connect here. And this little box indeed has a truly special feature. Normally we operate on direct current at the LGB. So we have 2 connections on the rail here. However, these control panels require alternating current. It's not a big deal now. The most straightforward thing to utilize is indeed just such a converter from Marklin, which can actually switch here from AC to DC. That means we just have a small converter here that we connect. So he is now connected here. This means that the electricity is now not coming from the LGB system. Instead, the electricity is flowing through this switch, transitioning from direct current to alternating current. For this purpose, we also have a power supply unit that can also be left outside for LGB. And that now essentially depends on this converter, so that we have an optimal power supply here for the turnouts, but later also for the signals, if you genuinely wish to switch them analogously. So this is what you need, and now to be honest, it's pretty simple. Now I have to see what kind of screwdriver I need. Now I need a flathead screwdriver. Got a small one? Yes, the small tool set. So where is he? Slot, 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 slot. Wearing one? Exactly like that. We start now. So this is really self-explanatory. Now we actually have an orange dot here on the turnout, and we have a white dot here on the turnout. And now it's actually really straightforward. Now we just screw this one on the left at the orange one. And I need to make a small precise cut so that I can see it better. Screw this particular orange one here, or carefully insert the orange cable right here. I truly hope you can see that well now on camera. And then we simply screw this on here, carefully and steadily. And indeed, we perform the same procedure on the opposite side with the white cable, or rather, they are white-orange. Did I unscrew that? Yes. So, and the 2 are now solid and will hopefully last forever. Now it's also simple again, as you can tell by the colors. We take the control panel and open this up here. And then, as you can clearly see here on the side, we now have options A, B, C or D. So for our very first, second, third or fourth switch, it's quite straightforward. And now I'm just going to take the A switch here that we have, which is later all the way to the right, and unscrew these two little screws here on the side. And now, you just need to effortlessly put the orange on the orange side. So, here it comes. Just turn around here and let's ensure it goes in a bit better, shall we? So, here we carefully place the orange and gently screw it tight, briefly. So, and then, the white cable should be connected to the logically corresponding white connection right here. So here we have orange, yellow, white and green. This is important later on, for example, with signals or something along those lines. And we only need that here, on these two sides now. Oh, now I've naturally screwed on orange and yellow. I hope one can learn from my mistakes. That was the white one, exactly. And now this one goes in here, the white wire, and then I screw it back on tight. I hope that can be seen well. So, once, twice, thrice. This is now also fixed here, indeed. And whether the control panel already has power, you can quite easily see this by simply turning it around briefly for a quick check. And then you see, there is a small green lamp here. Has the cable become a bit too short? I'll hold it up here. And when it lights up, then, indeed, everything is perfectly fine. At that point, the control panel also has the corresponding juice. There are only two outcomes. It's either correctly connected or not, with the turnout having two positions. And I'll put it over there. Hopefully one can see that better here on the side. Into the middle of the two of us. And what have I connected now? To the last counter. So that was A, B, C, D, right? I'll check again. Yes, indeed, A, B, C, D, exactly. So, here. And if I press on it now, it works perfectly. So the switch is now operated via the control panel. Of course, it also works in the other direction. That was all there was to it. Now at this moment, we can take the switch and implement it directly in our system in the garden. This is all weatherproof, both the switch drive here and the control panel. And it is precisely on this principle that we can actually also connect the signals. I have prepared that for us, Elke. Let's do it next time.
Sure.
So, what's missing now? How many switches do we actually have? Elke, quickly count. Three switches. Okay, we still have a bit ahead. Then I'd say, let's craft more. Meanwhile, feel free to add inspiration for the LGB Garden Railway from your side in the comments. Of course, feel free to ask questions, as the LGB team will also answer the comments under this YouTube video. Thanks for watching. See you. Thanks.